to think about a dream. Whatever dream that is. I want you to invest in that dream. I want you to believe in that dream. I want you to dare to do that dream. And if you dare, you'll be able to do. This is your moment to be present in your dream. I love you guys. Leave it on the deck.
Hi there, my name is Caitlin Evans, and I'm going to be leading you through a ballet barre today that you can do in your home, in your living room, your bedroom, your garage, your yard, wherever you have a little bit of space, just a little bit, and a solid piece of furniture that's not going to fall over if you put your weight on it. So that would be the back of a chair, the back of a couch. I'm using our kitchen credenza, whatever is going to be about waist height or a little bit lower like mine is, just something that's not going to move too much. So get your barre ready, get some socks, bare feet, or ballet shoes if you have them, and let's get going. Alright, so first we have plie, starting in first position. Hold down to the barre. You bring your hand to the front and out to second. We have demi-plie, and grand plie, all the way down, lifting your heels, making sure you're putting those heels down on the floor before you straighten. You have to take a port de bras all the way over, rolling up with straight legs, and cambre back. Now make sure when you're cambre, I'll turn side so you can see me, that we're not just crunching our back and leaning, trying to reach up and going back with our upper back. So you draw the line and keep your head in line with your arm so that you're not just tacking your head and back separately, but doing everything as one piece and coming back up. So you'll do that from first position, and you'll tendu out to side. And from second, we have demi again. Demi. Grand all the way down, this time leaving your heels on the floor. Coming up, this time we'll port de bras into the barre, stretching over and away from the barre. Then tendu from there, and close to fifth. Now, if this is your first time taking ballet, I would recommend just closing back to first, and repeating exactly what we just did. So the same exercise from first, forward and back, and then the same exercise from second a second time. Demi, demi, grand, and side and side. If you have a little bit more ballet experience, we can try this from fifth. Closing your heel to your toes. We have demi here, demi, and grand all the way down. Using lots of control, we port de bras forward, rolling up on straight legs just like first, and the cambre back. From there we'll tendu and close fifth back, so we do the other side. Demi, demi, grand, port de bras forward, and port de bras back. We'll tendu back to first, and we'll just roll through our feet. So a plie, roll through, releve there, and we'll balance. You can bring your arms to first, and then overhead to fifth. Let the arms come down first before you plie and finish. Alright, starting in first, bringing our arm to second, we have demi-plie, and demi, and grand, all the way down, and all the way up. Port de bras forward, roll up with straight legs, cambre back, and tendu second, plie. This time leave the heels on the floor, stretch towards the bar, take up lots of space, either repeat or fit. Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart? Press the heels down first to come up. Should I play the grieving girl? Cambre back. Tendu and switch sides. And all the way down. Say hi to my cats. Come right back. Last one. And tombe back to first. Roll through plie. Press into releve. Straighten those legs. And hold. Bringing our arms to first. And overhead. Making sure we're not sticking our rib cage out, keeping everything in one straight line. And keeping your arms slightly ahead of you so you're not swaying your back. Bring the arms down first and plie. Our next exercise is the dégagé, which is like the tendu, but you lift your foot off the floor and close. So it's not a big kick, and it's not the tendu on the ground, but just point it hard enough to leave the floor and come back in. So we're going to have from the front, we have in, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to revisit the piqué from the last exercise and bring a piqué from the front, come to the side, back to the front, and close. So those are just little pricks off the floor, prick, prick, and close. It's like touching the sand when it's hot on the beach. You want to just leave it really fast and leave it really fast. So then you have to the side 4 dégagé, 2 and 3 and 4, piqué, 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 and close to the back, 3 and 4, back, side, back, and close. Grand plie to transition and give your legs a stretch. And then you start it all to the back. So you'll notice that with the piqués, I'm making a circle, like it's almost like a clock. So I'm going front to the side, back where I came from. And then I'm going side, keep going around, back where I came from. And the back, come back around, and then grand plie. So then when we go to the back, it'll be 4 to the back, back, side, back where you come from, to home, which is first position, then to the side, bring it side, side, then front, side, front, and finish with grand plie. Pressing those heels down, then just lifting to releve, shifting to the supporting leg, and not a huge shift, not a weight shift or a waist shift or a hip shift, but just shifting your weight ever so slightly so that you can lift this foot and bring it to a coupe in front, which is like the passe, but bring it down the leg so it's right in front of that ankle. Holding it there. If you're feeling brave, you can let go of the bar. Try not to rotate as you lift. Just keep this up, keep this knee nice and open. And then we'll go to the other side. I'll give you time in between to change your chair or whatever you need to do to go to the other side. Just keeping in mind that this is a brain exercise just as much as it is a foot exercise. So making sure these piqués are really crisp all the way around and that we're maintaining our turnout the whole time. So even when we come from the back to the side, we're keeping everything in line and the leg doesn't just come into parallel with your hip as it comes to the side. Keeping all of that in mind, let's try it with music. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, piqué, 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 close to the side, side, back, close, and back, back, side, back, and close, grand plie, chin up, and to the back. To the side, and side, front, side, close, to the front. Grand plie down. Press it up to releve. Slight shift of the weight onto that supporting leg. Picking up the other leg into a coupe. Making sure this leg is nice and turned out and it's not starting to sneak into parallel. Letting go of the bar. Good. Bringing it back to first. And close. I'll give you a moment to change sides. Whatever you need to do, and I'll start the music over. So this one's a lot faster than the tendu exercise, so really making sure that you're closing to first every time, and it doesn't start getting looser and looser as the music gets faster. You have to pull up even more, pull your core and your tummy in nice and tight so that that leg can move freely and quickly. All right, we are on the other side, getting ready because it starts pretty much right away. Here we go, other foot to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pike. To the side. Side, back, side, to the back. Grand plie all the way down. Press those heels down first. Good, to the back. Back, side, back. Side, front, side, to the front. You're almost there. Grand plie, press the heels, and up. Balance, et releve. Shift the weight slightly. Pick that foot up into coupe. Take your hand off the bar if it's not already off. Coming back into first. And finish. Nice job. So our next exercise is the rond de jambe. If you don't know what rond de jambe is, in French it literally means circle of the leg. So we are making a circle with our leg on the floor. So pretend your big toe has a piece of chalk on it, and you're drawing basically the capital letter D on the floor. So you'll bring it to the front, side, back, and close. Or if you're going to the back, side, front, and close. Every time we close in first, moving through first. So for the exercise, you'll hold onto the bar, you'll prep your arm first and second. Bringing your arm and leg at the same time, your arm will go to fifth. Bend your supporting leg and extend your working leg in front of you. As it comes around, your supporting leg will straighten and your arm will go to the front. We repeat that, so that's the second time. And then you have 3 brushes. Brush front, brush back, brush front, tendu. Our arm comes to second and we'll have 6 rond de jambes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Close to first. Then you'll repeat on the back side. So you'll come to the back, draw the line, to the back, draw the line, 3 brush, to tendu, and 6 rond de jambe, en dedans, to the back. 6, and close to front, or to first. You'll bring your arm out and have a grand port de bras. So you'll draw a circle with your body and your arm all the way down to your feet. Come up towards the bar, cambre back, bring the arm back over to the bar. Then repeat that, but reverse the motion. Towards the bar, touch your toes, away from the bar, and finish. We won't balance at the end of this exercise, we'll just bring our arms down and finish, and then switch your chair to the other side. Things to think about. Really draw that line on your floor. Don't be afraid to use your floor, like I said during tendus. And making sure that you're turning your leg out the entire time. It takes a lot of concentration and a lot of work with that leg. When you're brushing, try not to let your hips going with it. So I don't want to see you leaning back and front. Trying to keep your torso still and just your working leg moving independently. During this grand port de bras all the way around, don't be afraid to take up as much space as you can. Just try not to let all of your tension in your shoulders go with it. So you don't want your shoulders to go up into your neck as you come around with your arm. You want just the arm and the torso to move freely and really get that stretch and that pretty line. Let's try it with music. Prep and open. We have to the front. Around. A second time. Around. Brush front. Brush back. Brush front. undo 6 times around.
These shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them.
That's 5.
It's not easy
That's
to
6.
know. I've
Come
heard
through.
anything.
Close. Get the arm to go to the back. Good. We have back, around, back. Bring it around. Brush through, back. Brush through front. Brush through back. Tendu 6 times around. And 2. And 3. And 4.
She is hard on
6.
She
Come
is
through.
broken.
Close
Won't
first.
ask for help.
Grand port de bras all the way around. Out to go down.
But she's kind.
To the bar.
She is lonely.
Don't be afraid to take up space. Reverse the motion.
Mixed up and baked in a beautiful
Reach out.
She
And
is gone, but she
Good. Take a
is
second to switch your bar.
alive.
Get ready for the other side. Here we go. We go front, around,
What I asked
front,
for.
around. You have brush,
Sometimes life
2,
just slips in.
tendu 6 times around.
Carves out a person, makes you believe it's so true. Now
Good. 2
I
more
got
times.
you. You're not what I asked for.
Coming all the way through.
I'm honest, I
Stretch your
know.
foot as hard as you can before you finish. 2 first to the back, back, around, back, around, brush through, back, brush through front, brush through back, tendu, and around, and 2, 3. Are you breathing? Make sure you are. Through and close. Here we go. Ground vertebra out to go down. Good. Check your shoulders. Make sure you're not tensing. All the way back around. And finish. Okay, so now let's move on to fondue. Now fondue in French means to melt. You might know a fondue like a cheese fondue or a chocolate fondue. In this case, it's our legs in plie to melt and then extend, starting to work our extension before we move on to big kicks. So, starting from first, hold onto the bar. We're going to melt in. Notice there's a plie on both my supporting and my working legs into a coupe. Extend by straightening both legs at the same time in front of you. Again. And a third time. Coming through passe to close. And close. You'll do the same thing to the front, to the side, to the back, and to the side for the whole exercise. Now notice every time I come through fondue and out, I come back to that fondue and come back to that turnout. Really trying to keep this triangle nice and open, like a paper doll. So if I was standing to the side, this knee wouldn't start coming to the front. It would be trying to be as far out and turn out as possible with your body within reason. Same thing with the extension. You can extend to the sky or to your nose, or you can extend just 45 degrees off the ground. I'm going to try to go for a sensible 90. But whatever it is, just make sure you're not cheating by hiking your hip up, especially to the side. I'll show you what I mean. So if you bend here and extend, and I'm hiking my hip up to try to get my leg higher, it might look pretty at first, but then you realize my leg's turned in, I'm hiking up, my booty's out. It's not a pretty line. It's also not super good on your hips. So trying to keep that nice straight long line. So if I'm going to the side here, I'm not hiking at my hip to lift this. I'm keeping one nice strong line, coming straight forward and coming back down. Same thing to the arabesque, right behind you. Now, naturally, we are going to lean forward a little bit because that's how bodies work and balance works. But what I don't want is to completely counterbalance unnecessarily. So I don't want to pitch forward. I want to let the leg go, and that is what actually forces my back to arch the slightest bit. Just enough to make room to get that leg behind you. Really working on turnout the whole time and a nice melt and extend. My goal is to try to straighten that supporting leg at the same time as the working leg extends. So I don't want to just pop up and then extend. I want it to be all at the same time. Front, side, back, and side. And then we'll take a balance in that nice turned out passe. If you want to start just balancing flat-footed, not on releve, that's a great place to start. If you want more of a challenge, you can then press into releve and see how that goes. Prepping for pirouettes or center floor later. Let's try it. All right. Collecting yourself, stacking your bones, shoulders over hips, over knees. And let's fondue to the front first, 3 times.
Heart beats fast, colors and promises.
Coming through passe. And close to the side. Melt, extend, melt, extend, melt, extend through passe. And close. I'll turn to the side for my arabesque. Turn out, turn out, turn out. Last time to the side. Making sure this leg is slightly in front of you so I can still see it in my peripheral vision. Good. Bringing that leg back up to passe. Letting go when you're ready. If you feel your leg starting to turn in, try to fight it. Get a nice good turnout going here. And if you're feeling brave, press up to that releve. And close. Good. Take a moment, switch to the other side, switch your bar, whatever you need to do. Shake out that leg. Alright, getting ready for the other leg. I'm going to hold on to my wall. Prepping that arm front and side. Here we go, to the front. We have melt, extend, melt, extend. Through passe and second. Through passe to the back. Back to side. Keeping that slightly ahead of you. Good. Bringing that to passe. Pressing up to releve. Ooh. If you fall like I just did, get back into it. Good. And finish. You did it. Alright, so now we're going to do an adagio, which musical term means it's going to be a lot slower. We're going to work our développé, which is coming through a bent leg to a straight leg, and extension. Again, keeping the concept of last time of not letting our hips sway a lot, trying to keep this really still and extending all the way through that leg. So bear with me. We're going to start in fifth front. We're going to bring your leg to passe. Extend on a plie. Keep the leg there as you straighten your leg. Bring it down to tendu and close. It'll be super slow. Lots of time to really enjoy that journey. Bringing this back up to passe. Extend out to second. Keeping it there. Tendu and close. Bring it to passe. Extend an arabesque. Straighten, tendu, and close. Last time to the second. Plie the supporting leg, keep it turned out as you straighten. Tendu, and close. We're going to bring it down, with the port de bras, rolling it all the way back up, bringing it back into cambray, just like we did with pliés, coming up to sous-sus, which means you're in fifth, up on releve, bringing your arms to first, overhead, come out to second, and plie, relax. You'll turn to the other side, and you'll do the right leg. So you're going to bring it up to passe, extend, straighten, and close, passe, extend, straighten, and close, passe, extend, straighten, and close, to the side, cambray down, and back, sous-sus on that side, and let's try it with music. You got this. Here we go. From fifth, we have passe, plie, extend, stretch the leg, tendu, and close to the side, extend, tendu, and close to the back, straighten that leg, tendu, and close to the side, and to the front, roll up slowly, head is the last thing to arrive, stretch to the back, and close. Good, switch to the other side.
I take the children to church on Sunday, the sign of the cross at the door, and I pray.
Here we go. To the front.
That never used to happen before. If you see him in the street, walking by himself,
Tendu and close, passe, plie,
uptown, it's
stretch,
quiet uptown.
he is working through the close, passe, plie, extend, straight, and close to the side,
You knock me out, I fall apart. Can you imagine?
to the front. Bring it all the way back up. To the back,
Look at where we are.
recover, and close.
Where we started.
Alright, our last exercise is grand battement. So you'll know that as a straight-legged kick, no bent leg involved, all the way straight. So we're going to have, to the front, we have 1 and 2. We're going to brush through, front, back, front, and close. To the side, side. This time you're going to go side, turn it in, turn it out, and close. To the back, I'm going to angle a little bit so I don't kick my wall. 2, kick back, brush front, brush back, and close. Back to the side. Out, in, out, close. Pretty quick. Turn to the other side, and we'll do both sides. It's a little bit faster, so get ready. Alright, starting in fifth. Hold on to our bar to the front. We have kick. And kick. Brush front, brush back, brush front. Close to the side. Side, swish, swish. Close to the back. Brush front, brush back. Close to the side. Turn the hip, and down. Close, go to the other side. I'm going to restart the music. And if you're ready for the other side, I'm going to hold my couch. To the front we go. Grand battement. 2, brush front, brush back, brush front, and close to the side. In and out, close to the back. Brush, brush, back to the side. And finish. Good job! That concludes your quick at-home barre, but I do have one bonus exercise if you'd like to stick around and try something in the center of your floor, of your living room or your bedroom, wherever you're at. I'd like to do a quick little pirouette exercise, just testing your balance, using all of the foundation you just built during that barre, and incorporating it to turns, always useful. So I'm starting in fifth. I'm going to taunt it to the side. I'm going to prep in fourth, which is like fifth, but just a step back. Put the weight evenly between those feet. And I'm going to come up to a passe and close fifth front, which is difficult to do because you want to wobble everywhere, trying to stay really still. I'm going to tendu again and prep and do that again, just flat foot this time. The third time, I'm going to come up to a releve, pressing up and coming down. And the fourth time is a releve. The fifth time, you guessed it, it's going to be a single pirouette, which might be difficult with carpet and socks, but try your best. Pressing down to come back up. I did that the fifth and the sixth time. Seventh and eighth time can be a bonus time. So another single, another balance, or go for a double, triple, quadruple, whatever you got, as long as you don't kill your couch, your cat, or your neighbor. So let's try that with some music. We've got here we go, 7/8. We have tendu and prep, up and down. Tendu and prep, up and down. This time out of balance. This time out of turn. This time add multiple turns if you've got better socks than me. Try one last time. Reset your socks and go to the other side. Left side, we point out, plie, passe, and down. Set yourself up for success. Really stack everything on top of each other to their balance. Add a turn. Good. Pointing it out and prep. Double turn or a balance or single turn. Last ones and close. Good. Shake it out. Make sure you stretch over and roll it up. You can stretch over, round your back, over to the other side, coming up, go the other way. Give yourself a nice cool down. You did it. Stretching your arms to the sky. And take a bow. And shake it out. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time.